Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of United Talks podcast. Today, we're going to be doing a match preview for the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers at Old Trafford. Basically, still buzzing from the Thursday's victory. We're so excited to kind of you know, build momentum heading into the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. So basically, Man United returned to Premier League action in a thrilling after a thrilling, quarterfinal victory against Olympic Lyon. We turned a 6-4 aggregate deficit to win 7-6 with Harry Maguire scoring a dramatic late winner in extra time. Despite this European success, United's domestic form has been underwhelming, sitting in 14th in the league standings with 38 points. But with head coach Rúben Amorim and seeing the momentum and all the things that have happened over the course of the season and even in Europe, it is expected that Ruben Amorim will rotate based off of the press conference that he gave very recently, rotate his squad to rescue players ahead of the upcoming semi-final clash against Athletic Bilbao. Also, to prevent players from getting injured. Now, Wolverhampton Wanderers, under the guidance of Pereira, since December have experienced more like a resurgence, climbing to 16th in with 35 points. I mean, for one to be thinking that in December they were almost in the relegation zone. They were actually in the relegation zone. Now they arrive at Old Trafford at a four-game winning streak, including a notable 4-2 victory over Tottenham Hotspurs. Now, a win could see them draw level on points with Man United, further solidifying their Premier League status, right? Which is not good to hear. But with regards to, head to head and all of that, before we go into team news and team updates, we're going to, touch some stats with regards to head to head. Based on head to head, like form going into the game, Man United have played basically in the last 5 games, we have one win, two losses, and two draws. Wolves have, like I said, 4 wins and one draw, which means that they're unbeaten in the last 5 games. So it's going to be a tough game. But seeing as historical context, Man United has played Wolves 109 times. We'll talk further details on that soon. But Man United has played Wolves 109 times. The 2 wins for United, 37 wins for Wolves, and 20 games have been drawn between both teams. But it is very key for us to kind of be positive about this game and see if we can build momentum from the Lyon game and all of that. But we'll be without key players when it comes to team news and injuries. Without key players due to, injury, including Lisandro Martinez, who's already out for the season and we're back in January 2026. We have Matheus de Ligt, who is still kind of dealing with his ankle injury that he had against Nottingham Forest. Johnny Evans just returned and he's not really ready. I don't think he's ready for the game against Wolves, so it's a bit too soon for Johnny Evans. And then we have Joshua Zirkzee, who is out and basically out for the season or ruled out for the season according to Ruben Amorim. And then we have Amad Diallo, who's potentially going to come back sometime in May, according to Rúben Amorim. Toby Collier and Ayden Heaven are all out. Um, Victor Lindelof and Nuzum Mazraoui are back. I expect that to return after missing the middle fixture based of personal reasons. Victor Lindelof missed the fixture. Nuzum Mazraoui kind of left at halftime and all of that. So given the emphasis on European competition, Amorim may field the rotated lineup, providing, opportunities for fringe players and youngsters to thrive. But I don't think that Ruben Amorim is going to basically heavily rotate, right? So with tactics and tactical overview for both teams, under Ruben Amorim, Manchester United have adopted a possession-based approach with an emphasis on passing and vertical passing and pressing. However, defensive inconsistencies have played a negative role or has plagued the domestic campaign. Now, with a rotated squad, maintaining cohesion and discipline will be crucial against a well drilled side in Wolves. Now, we're going to talk about Wolves and how Wolves play. Now, with Wolves, Pereira have actually instilled practical stability, consistently employing a 3-4-2-1 just as Man United. This system has improved defensively with defensive solidity, reducing goals conceded from 2.5 per match under the previous regime to 1.3 per match. Now, offensively, Wolves favor a patient build-up play, utilizing the aerial prowess of Strand Larsen, and their adaptability allows them to adjust tactics based on the opposition, making them a formidable opponent. Now, if we are to go to predicted lineup for Wolves, basically, for predicted lineup for Wolves, we're going to go with Jose Sa in net, and then we have Agbadu, the Ivorian international, and then Gomez centre back, left centre back, and Matt Doherty. It is predicted that he is actually a doubt for this game. But if we go with Gomez, Agbado, and Doherty, then in their 4-2-3 in 4-3 in their 3-4-3 formation, then that means Gomez, the left wing back, plays left. This is based off of their last game anyway. Plays left wing back, and then we have Nuri and Andre playing in the mid. Skillful Nuri, that is the Man United target, and then we have Semedo playing right wing back, Portuguese international playing right wing back. Then Cunha is back to the lineup after his yellow card and suspension, I think. So Cunha is back to the lineup, Manchester United's um, target. And it is also said that Cunha, this is an opportunity for him to audition for, the role to be signed in next season for Man United. So it is a good game, a significant game for him, Matheus Cunha, and all of that. And then we have Munetsi, who's going to play as one of the two tens for them, and then we have Strand Larsen up top them. So it is very key that we understand that obviously they're going to play the same formation and they're going to play us man to man on every side of the game. But it is what it is. And then for key player for Wolves, it will be the key player for Wolves will definitely be Matheus Cunha. And Matheus Cunha has done really well for Wolves, playing 36 or 30 games for them this season, and he has, you know, played 2000 over over 2300, like 2300 minutes for them, 16 goals and 4 assists. He's a Man United target, 25-year old Brazilian. Scored in the last game against Spurs 4-2, and scored during the international break, and got a red card in the last game where he still scored against in the FA Cup against Bournemouth, right? So it is what it is. He's a player that every Manchester United fan seems to be loving, and you can imagine we have Cunha in our squad, and then that's the fact that we played against Lyon. People are saying we should also go for Cherki. We should sign Cherki right now. But if we sign Cunha, sign Cherki, well, it won't be bad if we have both of them anchoring our top attacking tens, and then we have Bruno and one other midfielder playing in our double six pivot, and then we have Ahmad playing the right wing back, and then we have maybe Patrick Dogo or any other young player coming to play left wing back. But it is what it is. That's just pretty much rumors. We are looking forward to what they're going to say in the summer and all of that. So with head to head, obviously, Man United have 152, as I said earlier, with 108, 109 meetings with Wolves and have 37 victories. Wolves, who have 37 victories and 19 matches have ended in draws. Basically, Wolves have only one win in the last 13 visits to Old Trafford, so which is also playing to our advantage and all of that. So it is key to understand that. Then for Man United, obviously we play in a 3-4-3 possession formation. We also our predicted lineup for Man United will definitely go like so. So the predicted lineup for Manchester United goes like Andre Onana is back in net again. Obviously, I don't think it's a heavily rotated squad, so we look forward to how Manchester United can line up against Wolves and beat them. Then Lindelof is back in starting lineup. He plays to give Maguire a rest, centre back. Then Luke Shaw is back in starting lineup and to give Euro a rest as well because played 1 or 20 minutes on Thursday. And then Shaw is on the left side. Nusa Mazraoui is back on the right side because he only played 45 minutes. And so it's just kind of like a sensible lineup to deal with the Wolves threat. And hopefully Lindelof has a good game on the day. And then we have Manuel Gatti back in midfield to play with Casemiro. Potentially, he might be benched and all of that. You never know. But we don't have anyone else. So Casemiro plays back in mid. He might play Ericsson. You never know. But we'll play Manuel Gatti and Casemiro in mid to secure the midfield. And then we play Dalot right wing back, even though he said Dalot was tired. We'll play Dalot right wing back, Amass left wing back. Amass comes back into the lineup after finishing the game in the weekend on Thursday. And then Messi Mount comes back into the lineup. Bruno Fernandes as well, who never gets injured. Hopefully he's rested for this one. But Bruno Fernandes in the lineup as well. And then the interesting one for this one is Chido-Obi starting. Let's see. He's been out of the limelight for a couple of games now. So let's see what he can show. At least give him a start and then push other players up as we go. And then maybe later on bring on Rasmus. but Chido-Obi starts for this one. So that is my predicted lineup for the game against Wolves. The next one will be key player for Wolves, and I had to go away from selecting uh, selecting a key player that will probably be the same as we all know. That is the person of Bruno Fernandes. But this time around, our key player for Wolves, for the game against Wolves, is Casemiro. Now, Casemiro has played 36 games for Man United, 2,552 minutes in total, 3 goals and 2 assists. Obviously, if you count the penalty call in in the Lyon game, so it's going to be 3 assists and all of that. So he created 3 assists in the last game, played in the 2-2 draw, and all of that. So it is very key that we understand these things. And Casemiro has improved his game playing for the team, but I believe part of it is because in the Europa League it is slightly slower and all of that. I won't be surprised if Amorim even tries to bring in Kobe Menu in this game as well. So, and Kobe Menu has a good record against Wolves in that 4-3 victory that we were under Eric Ten Hag and all of that. But the key battles, the key battles for this one is obviously if Rúben Amorim decides to start instead of Bruno Fernandes, he starts Garnacho because he took Garnacho off in the last game, then it will probably be that with key battles, it will be Garnacho versus Semedo in that one, any of the positions he's put. And then for midfield, it will definitely be Gomez or Nuri versus Menu if Menu is starting, and then Sean Larson versus Lindelof, as the case may be. But for Man United to be able to beat Wolves, there are several things that we need to put in place. First thing is to control the midfield because they outmuscle us in midfield sometimes, and they have really strong players in the mid. So control the midfield. That's number one. Number two, we do our best to ensure that we try to score early, so take our chances and all of that. Don't take them for granted. Yeah, albeit it's a good opportunity for Man United to kind of take the initiative to kind of build and create momentum from the game, right? So control the midfield. Don't be very loose on the ball and all of that. And then also another thing that Man United can do in this game is to try as much as possible to defend. So, I mean, defensive solidity, because the truth is, Man United have lacked a bit of like solidity in defense because we seem to capitulate a lot this season, and we've seldom kept any clean sheets in the last couple of games. The last time we kept a clean sheet was against Manchester. Yeah, against Manchester City. That was the last time we kept a clean sheet. And before that, we still considered against Nottingham Forest. And then, we considered against Lyon and then considered four goals against. So in total, we considered 6 goals against Lyon, right? And scored 7 against them. So it is very key that we are defensively solid. And then finally, it is also key that we produce opportunities for our strikers up top to score. So control the midfield, defensively solid and compact, then create chances for the strikers up top. And then also one of the other things we can also do is um, try as much as possible to exploit the spaces left behind by Wolves when they press up, when they try to press up and all of that. So then another thing we can also do is to block the passing lanes for Wolves. But it is what it is. Let's look forward to the game. And even though it might look like we have nothing to fight for at the moment, but to be able to at least try to climb up the table and change our points from, like, just gather up the points that you can gather before the end of the season while we build up to the Europa League semi-final, and all of that against Bilbao, building up towards the final as well. So this is the Europa League is also our us to win and all that. So we allow the other teams like Spurs and Co to deal with themselves while we try to finish up our own meals when we get the chance. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section about this game. It's a bit of a game that we don't really, really, really like look forward to because obviously Man United is focused on Europa League, but it's something that at least if we get a win, it kind of lifts the mood and continues the momentum and shows that Ruben Amorim's tactics and stuff is working, right? So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section as we build forward. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to comment. in the comment section what you think about the game. What's your predicted scoreline? For me, my predicted scoreline for this game is going to be a hard fought 1-0 win. I mean, considering our head to head that I showed you earlier, the head to head start that I showed you earlier, where I said that Man United, and if you look at in the head to head, the last 5 games, Man United have won. We lost the last one to Wolves 2-0 in Premier League in December. That was Amorim's first couple of games, and then we won them 3-4 in January, and then we played them again in the Premier League 1-0. So we did double on them, and the previous season we did the same as well, May 2-0, and then so in the last 5 games we've lost to Wolves once. So it's very key that we take the advantage of the home soil to beat them, and the fans also need to rally around to support this team and build from there. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section as we build out towards the game. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye and God bless.